My name's Ben. I run Artel with Bella.
I'm Bella and I run Artel with Ben.
I started doing coffee 6 or so years ago, just like everyone else does, kind of getting into cafe work on my gap year. And then it just grew from there. I was in Melbourne, coffee was big, and I just carried on making coffee ever since. My sister opened this shop and I came here.
I actually really got into coffee quite late. I didn't used to drink it when I was younger. And it was sort of in the last 3 years that I started drinking it. And actually it was at uni trying to keep myself awake, but then I really learned about the processes and started drinking different kinds of coffees, and I just realised that I didn't want to support commercial chain coffee shops, so I started looking for independence and then looking at speciality. And then the opportunity to run Artel with Ben came along just as I was graduating, and it just seemed like the perfect opportunity to really focus on coffee.
I guess my favourite thing about coffee and running the shop would be being that part of everyone's day where they take time to slow down. They have half an hour where they just kind of appreciate something. Maybe they appreciate it as much as me, maybe they don't, but it's just part of that day where they slow down, kind of take a load off. I enjoy being that part of their day, kind of creating that space where they feel like that's allowed. That's, I'd say, what my favourite thing is. And if they're really interested in the coffee, then that's a bonus, because I'll talk about coffee all day.
Just the community, getting to establish yourself somewhere and learning what people like, and being a hub where people can come and meet and spend time together.
My sister had opened up this shop, which I love. I just knew I wanted to be a part of it, really. Maybe it gave me a bit more chance to check out what the UK speciality scene was really like, because I've known Melbourne, but I hadn't really known the UK, and it just gave me a chance to explore that in the UK, in my comfort zone. Yeah, I'm happy I did it.
Also always have a guest, so there's also things changing, so there's always something that can tickle your taste buds. But in terms of the space, we're just really, really lucky to have a really light-filled space that is just a pleasure to be in. And the outside seating is such a pull as well, because when it's a sunny day like today, you want to sit outside. So I think in terms of the space, we're just really lucky to be on the southern side of London Street. Everyone has their own thing on the side, and they bring that to Artel, which really makes this really creative community. We've got Rob, who is awesome at kendamaing and woodwork. If it's not busy, he'll be on one of the kendamas. That's really fun. And one of our other baristas, Ed, he's a part-time designer. He's just finished at Newer. He does a lot of our design in-house. So he'll do really awesome chalkboards that people can come, and they're absolutely hilarious. He's always behind the machine pulling the funniest bits of latte art that he can. Then we have Hannah, who's doing her PhD on the side, and she's the calm one in the team, and
she's been here the longest.
She's been here the longest, and yeah, everyone loves her. And then our team in the kitchen, Amy and Chloe, they are awesome. Everything you see in the counter, everything's made in house, and they both do creative things or degrees on the side. So it's just really nice.
I'd say it's the space that we've been able to create. Kieran, when he made the shop, worked hard at just making it light and airy, and I just think it relaxes people. There's loads of plants, and I'd say that's really what's special. There's loads of specialty coffee places in Norwich, and I love being able to offer something different. So in terms of where we line them in coffee, other places do kind of different stuff. We have a thing where we have a steady roaster on, which we love and we have a really good relationship with. And we always have a guest on that people get to know for a month, and they love tasting their coffee and knowing the differences between the two different filters we have on and the two different espressos we have on, and they get to know the coffee menu, and then we change it up. We change the guest up every month, and it's just a little bit different to what other coffee places are doing in Norwich.
I want them to take away a really friendly, familial experience that centres around good coffee and good food, but ultimately is about all being together, because I think that all the team are really friendly, and that's really important, is that everyone's welcome. So, because there's definitely a stigma with specialty coffee that it can be quite like elite, and there's a bit of a clique within it, but I don't think that's the case here.
I'd love them to take away that they don't have to jam their coffee full of sugar. Like, coffee is a fruit, it's the sweetest thing if you brew it correctly. If all the things are done right beforehand, if it's farmed, if it's roasted, and then if it's brewed correctly, it's so sweet, it's so beautiful, it's so nuanced. I think if people understood that and didn't automatically go to milk and 2 sugars, then that would be good.
Nice, thank you.